Solo, a Star Wars story. It is the latest film in the Star Wars saga, Star Wars legacy, and the Star Wars franchise. And it was directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller due to the production problems. On Saturday, left the production, and now Ron Howard is the director of Solo, a Star Wars story. And Solo is basically showing the origin or the past events from Star Wars that we see Harrison Ford and Han Solo. We see Han Solo in his younger days, how he met Chewbacca, how he met Lando, how he got the Millennium Falcon, and how he made the Kessel Run in 12 parcels. And that is basically the film in a nutshell. And if I were to be honest with you guys, I was a bit skeptical with this movie when they first announced it that they're gonna get a younger Han Solo movie, which I'm just like, why? That is so unnecessary. They should not even attempt to do a Han Solo movie showing his younger days. Like, why? And then here are the production problems with the director Chris Miller, Phil Lord, and reshoots and stuff. I'm like, oh god, let this movie not be horrible. Let this movie not be bad. And a lot of fans are just coming out saying this movie's so unnecessary, all this, and that. Hearing different things about this movie, it was just getting to the point where it was like, should I see this movie? Should I not see this movie? Should I even go? So it is a Star Wars movie. I saw this movie anyway. On my birthday, May 24th, Thursday night, 7 p.m., first showing, opening night. And I do gotta say that after seeing this movie, I am starting to get Star Wars fatigue. Because this movie is so unnecessary that it left me coming out of the theater of like, why does this movie even exist? Now, this is not the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. This is not a god awful movie. This is not a horrible movie. This movie isn't like. This is not on the same level as like Fan Stick or Batman and Robin or Battlefield Earth Bad. This movie just so unnecessary. It's so uninspiring to the point where like, do we even need a Han Solo movie? Like, what what is the point of having a movie about a character we all know and love, played by another actor who's probably not going to do as great of a job as Harrison Ford, showing the origins of the character and how he became the old character we all know and love? Like, what makes us want to see that? Like, we can just watch the original Star Wars film and see Han Solo. And he talks about the Millennium Falcon and talk about how he made the Kessel Run and all the other stuff. We didn't need to see a whole 2 hour, 15-minute movie about that. Like, what makes you think that we need to see a Han Solo movie? How he met Chewie, which I gotta be honest with you, their first interaction was great. I love Han and Chewie's first interaction, their chemistry in this movie. It's definitely on the same level as you see them in the other films. But what makes you think that we want to see a whole 2 hour movie about that? Like how he met Lando Calrissian, how he met Chewbacca, how he got the Millennium Falcon, and all this other stuff that he did in this movie. What makes you think we want to see all of that? Like, I didn't want to see that. Many Star Wars fans didn't want to see that. But if you're going into this movie and you're not a big fan of the Star Wars legacy, then you might end up really liking this movie, and maybe you probably go back and watch previous Star Wars films. But if you're a huge Star Wars fan like me and many others, you go into this movie, you're just like, okay, it wasn't terrible or anything, but do we need it? No, we don't need it. We don't need this movie. And I kind of felt the same way about Rogue One. We didn't need a whole movie about these group of ragtag team fighting against the Death Star and stuff. We didn't need to see a whole 2 hour movie about that leads into the original Star Wars film. We didn't need to see a anthology Star Wars film about the Death Star. We didn't need to see an anthology Star Wars film about Han Solo. And say what you want about the Phantom Menace. There was hype around that movie when it came out. A lot of fans are interested to see the younger days of Darth Vader when he was a kid, Anakin Skywalker. And I wasn't alive in 99 or 98, or when 98 when the promotion was coming out, and 99 when the movie came out. I could tell there was a lot of hype for that movie, seeing like a lot of old videos and interviews and promos about around that movie. A lot of fans were pretty hype about episode 1. But the hype around Han Solo Star Wars story is pretty bland, and there's no really hype around this movie, and that's pretty unfortunate because this is a Star Wars movie. Because The Force Awakens had a lot of hype, The Last Jedi had a lot of hype. Heck, I would even say Rogue One had a bit of a hype around it too. But with this movie, it's like it's really good. I'm really starting to show that Disney is really making these anthology Star Wars films for the cash. It really started to show that. I mean, we are gonna get a Boba Fett movie. We're gonna get an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. We're getting probably a Yoda movie, a Darth Maul movie, or heck, like a Jar Jar Binks movie for all I care. Just you don't need spin-off Star Wars film. Just give me episode 9 and then I'll move on. I'll be done with Star Wars after that. But you keep making these anthology Star Wars films is making Star Wars fans sick of that. Like, you don't have to make... I'm not saying stop making Star Wars movies. I'm not really saying that. I'm just saying that stop making Star Wars movies about characters that we all know and love, that we don't really need to know all much about their backstory. Try to make a Star Wars movie that is related to Luke, Han, Leia, Rey, Finn, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, Yoda, Darth Sidious, Mace Windu, or whoever. Don't make like Star Wars anthology films about characters that we all know and love, and we don't need to see their backstory. Make a Star Wars film that isn't connected to any of that. Make a standalone Star Wars film. Make a Star Wars film that take place in another planet with new characters that isn't connected to Rey or Finn or Luke or Kylo Ren. Just make those type of Star Wars films, because I feel like a lot of Star Wars fans want to see this franchise expand to different horizons with new characters that isn't related to anybody else. I think we want to see that, because I feel like that is what's gonna kill the Star Wars franchise. Is that if we're gonna keep having anthology Star Wars movies focusing on these characters that we all know, like Luke, Han, Kylo, Rey, Finn, Obi-Wan, we're gonna get sick and tired of it very quickly. Let's have a Star Wars film that is completely different, new story, new characters, new Sith group, new lightsabers, and a new planet. Hey, that could be pretty awesome. Like, we could have a trilogy based on that part of the Star Wars franchise. Like, we don't need to see, like, Luke or Han Solo or Chewie for the millionth time. We need to expand this franchise into different horizons. And that is what I want to see this franchise do. But it seems like Disney's not going to do that. I don't know if they are. Probably, maybe one day. I don't know. But let's get back to this film. Alden Ehrenreich, the actor who plays the younger Han Solo, doesn't do a terrible job playing Han Solo, but however, he doesn't give me the feeling that this is the Han Solo that we've all known and loved for the original trilogy and The Force Awakens. It doesn't, like, he doesn't impersonate Harrison Ford at all. Like, he doesn't. But at the same time, it's like, I don't feel like this is Han Solo. I don't feel like this is Han Solo. I mean, I kind of feel like that's how some people felt when Chris Pine played Kirk in the Abrams Star Trek films. Especially in the first film, where some people felt that it wasn't the same Kirk that we all know and love in the original series and the movies. But with all the era, right, especially he's played a character that everybody across the world know and love. And if he's not doing the best job playing the character, that is the bad side. Like, he's not terrible, but it doesn't give me the feeling like that is Han Solo. Like, this is the character. This is Han Solo. Like, it just, I don't know. I mean, he does, well, what he does in this film, what he's giving, he's fine. I'm not dissing the guy. I'm pretty sure he's going to do great things after this. and probably gonna get more recognition, get more roles. But so far, he's pretty. He's okay, I guess. However, Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian, perfect, spot on, fantastic, magnificent. I love Donald Glover as Lando. He nailed his character to a T. And I gotta say, he's actually my favorite actor in this movie. And this is a movie about Han Solo, not Lando, but Donald Glover. He nailed Lando in this movie. I love Lando Calrissian. He was awesome. He reminded me a lot of Billy D. Williams in Empire and Return of the Jedi. He was just perfect. He was made for this role. He was a great younger Lando Calrissian. I can say, like, he was amazing. And one of the things I hate so far about these anthology Star Wars films is that they feature characters that we don't even see in any of the other Star Wars films because they either joined the bad side or they're either dead. So these characters I don't really care about. One of them is Woody Harrelson's character. He was okay, I guess, and Danny Newton's character. I really like her at all, and I do like Emilia Clarke's character in this movie. I thought Kira was a very interesting character. I loved the character a lot, but unfortunately, that's probably the first and last time we're ever gonna see her. Because, and it gets me to the point where, like, why do you have these characters that we don't even see in the other films, and why should we give a crap about them? Like, there's no point. There's really like no point to these, like, having these characters in these movies that we're not gonna see again. Like, and also the new female droid L337. Like, I thought she was annoying as heck in this movie. I didn't find her funny at all. I know some people find that droid funny, but I, for one, didn't. And I'm the guy who loved K2SO in Rogue One. I did. K2SO is a better droid than L337. Like, really enough. It's, you know what, guys? This movie, now thinking about this movie more, I was like, this is like this is probably like the most unnecessary Star Wars film in this franchise. Like, really, like, my god. Really, they have references to previous Star Wars films, especially one character in particular who has a cameo in this movie that I was not expecting at all, but I thought that was pretty cool, that was pretty dope. So many other references to Han Solo and Jabba the Hutt and stuff. I was like, care? Like, do we really care? Honestly. Guys, if I were to be honest with you guys, I'd rather watch episode 1 over this movie because even though that movie has terrible writing and terrible dialogue, that movie, I felt like that was a need to be made. I felt like there was a reason for episode 1 to be made. This movie, however, there's no reason for Solo to be made at all. Like, why do you have a Han Solo movie? For money, I guess. For money, because... you know, guys, I'm starting to really feel like how other people feel right now with Star Wars. Now, I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out by Star Wars. This is coming from a guy who loves Star Wars to death. Like, I want to see, like... I was one of those guys where it's like, I'd rather see a 50 million Star Wars movie. I'll never get tired of it. Now that we have Solo, I am getting sick of Star Wars. Like, after episode 9, I'm probably going to be take a Star Wars cold turkey. Probably take a break from all those spin-off films or whatever is what's going to go on with this franchise, what Disney is doing. I don't know, guys. Like, Solo, a Star Wars story. If you're a Star Wars fan, see it. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to see it. Like, nobody's forcing you to either go see this movie or not. But if you want to see it, go see it. If you don't, you don't. Like, you're your own person. Like, but it's really at the point, it's like, are you just gonna make these Star Wars movies just for money, but not for the actual quality of the film? Like, Disney, get your head out of your butts. Take a break after episode 9. do something different with this franchise, or otherwise people are going to be sick with Star Wars, or you're not going to get any more money. That's all I gotta say about Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo, a Star Wars story, unfortunately gets a C-. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of Solo in the comment section down below. If you love it, say it. If you don't, say it. I mean, we all have opinions, guys. Like, you don't have to be pressured to like or not like anything, because that's not cool at all. It's honestly not. But if you are new to my channel and you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.